Make sure that it's either side of that man and it's on the ground. Otherwise, there's an opportunity for a catch there. Oh, nicely bowled. Bit of shape away. End of the 7th over. Zimbabwe 41 for no loss.
Well, the positives of Zimbabwe continuing to remain that way as far as the openers are concerned. Caetano and Chakaba once more in a very good opening partnership and almost a runner ball. 41 without loss, 7 overs completed. Dushmantha Chameera coming back. And unfortunately, Chamika Gunasekara got injured after that first over. His debut game, and Chameera has been impressive. He's worked up a decent pace. 2 balls to go. He needs to finish it well. Oh, done! Brilliant! He played for some turn, it went straight through. So Jeffrey Van der Sey struck in the first game, he struck again. Now this is what a leg spinner could do. This is what an attacking bowler could do. And that's exactly why Jeffrey Van der Sey is in the side.
A perfect example of batsman playing for the turn and going straight. The length is very important. We kept talking about the length. And here we go, going with the arm. And Caetano playing for any turn. This pitch is skidding on nicely. Playing that cardinal error. Caetano gone for 26 of 28. Zimbabwe 59 for 1.
Right, we're having the captain. Irwin coming out, 1 ball to go. And Jeffrey Van der Sey striking in his first over. He's so far bowled well, he needs to finish well. Just a single, 4 dot balls and a wicket. And he's straight away having a slip, which is good. Dasun Shanaka taking the right approach. Craig Irwin's figures are quite good. 300, 1750s. Low 30s, strike rate hovering around the mid 70s. Last ball of the over. Upish. Straight to the man at mid wicket. It's a very good start by Jeffrey Van der Sey. It's 59 for 1.
The power play done. Zimbabwe 59 for 1. Win the toss, batting first.
Dot ball.
Very happy with this start. It's important that experienced players like Irwin, Chakabwa, Sean Williams, Sikandar Raza chip in and get the bar score. We think it's close to 280. To do that, I think at least a couple of them had to make big scores. Sri Lanka got to pick up wickets in regular intervals to keep checking Zimbabweans.
Right, 59 for 1. 10 overs and the power play is done and dusted. That's power play number 1. As you know, in a 50-over game, there are 3 power plays. Power play 1, 2 and 3. And now this allows Sri Lanka to breathe a little bit more. They can have 2 more fielders outside the circle. Mahesh Theekshana coming on. He generally bowls in the power plays. That is particularly in the T20 format. But early days for him, just into his 3rd game. But another player that Sri Lanka is banking on in the white ball format, because he brings in that X factor. That mystery factor. Slip in for that outside edge.
1 run.
Single off the first ball. Now looking at this side, Maha, in fact they come back for 2. This is good running. Looking at this side, I mean, there was a time when the selectors, newly appointed selectors, when they came in, they went with that policy of youth. Now this is what happened. He was playing for some leg spin. That one went straight through. From Jeffrey Van der Sey, there isn't a great amount of turn on the surface.
Dot ball.
And many eyebrows were raised, if you remember. Seniors being left out. It's been a total youth policy. But now, when you look at this, and when you look at the number of players who are available, with Chandimal performing as a senior, Angelo Matthews as a senior being available, and I mean, if you look at this team,
4.
you got to give it to the selectors and say that their policy of youth has definitely paid off. And it has given the side so much of depth on the looks of it. I mean, look at the numbers who are not playing in this game, in this side. A good 9 to 10 players who are of pro and quality.
Nicely played. Paddle swept by Craig Irwin. The angle. My station is going to fire it in. And that's experience for you. No shot, fine leg. Bisecting that gap easy.
Dot ball.
Very good batting by the captain. Timely boundary. On the subject of youth policy, Roshan, I always believe any good decision, any big decision will take time for results to show. I think ever since the selectors took that way going forward, I just think at the moment with the available players, I think years to come, this young lot by the 2-3 years will be the experienced players by then. Will be hopefully reaching new heights, going down the leg side that occasion. And all as we spoke before,
1 run.
likes of Dinesh Chandimal,
Zimbabwe 67 for 1 after 11 overs.
He's been in the system for a very long time. These are the players, should be the core players going forward. If Chandimal can keep up his performance into consistent level, Kusal Mendes the same, and Nushan Dikwala, Danush Gunatilak, Avishka Fernando, Wanidu Hasaranga, all these players to come in. Kusal Janit Pereira. I think Sri Lankans are in safe hands, and a lot more hard work to do to maintain this level. End of the 11th over, Zimbabwe 66 for 1. At 66-1, and on the subject of players who are missing out, even Dhananjay De Silva has asked for some leave for personal reasons. Yeah, overall, I think the core of the Sri Lankan team is brilliant, but just that playing more matches in international standard, those are the experience going to be key in coming matches.
Dot ball.
Right, 67 for 1. Irwin is 5. Chakapwa 33. Just to digress a little bit more on the topic, as you correctly said, doesn't really take. Sri Lanka should not be lured into a false sense of security because of the depth they have. As you said, hard work and pressure, pushing senior players or pushing established players, the fitness factor that has been spoken of. I mean, all those things.
Dot ball.
Now, how close is that? Did it pitch outside the leg stump? Now, Jeffrey Van der Sey gets excited. Now, bowlers generally are. They're very excited and they think that it's worth a review. Kusal Mendes is not saying anything. And they're not going for the review, but generally, were you the excited type? When you appeal for something not given, you want a review, or you would go with the keeper?
Luckily, my days we didn't have DRS, Roshan. The latter part had. I would have been a terrible adjudicator. And this good stuff by Jeffrey Van der Sey. Just outside the All-Star, much better line. The length has been brilliant. We're talking about the fitness levels. That's a bare minimum a professional cricketer should have. There's no compromises should be made. Looks like pitching outside the leg stump. Ravindra Vimasiri, very experienced man.
1 run.
This is what Craig Irwin is good at. Paddle sweeping. With Dinesh Chandimal at deep square leg. So keeping it for 1 run.
Surely there was DRS during your time, at least towards the latter stages of your career.
The last series definitely did. It's good batting, very good batting. Trying to hit too hard. It's not about big strokes. Sometimes it's about the guile. Using the angles correctly. Down the ground. Another good stuff, very good stuff by Chakabwa. On the subject of the youngsters meeting those standards, Roshan, I just feel anyone who's coming into the system got to maintain those levels. That's a bare minimum, as I mentioned. And going forward, it's pretty clear to the youngsters coming through the under-19 systems, emerging where they should be to get to the national level when you want to get a central contract. But that's a normality as well. So overall, I think there's a plan going forward. It's a clear plan. All the players know what should be done, what's expected from them.
That's a mis-stumping. That should have been had. But let's take a close look. Was it off the outside? Oh, it was off the pad. So let's give Kusal Mendes some credit. That was a deflection off the pad. But how close was it to his gloves? Let's see. That was the wrong one.
Zimbabwe 74 for 1 after 12 overs.
Just a deflection. Yes, I think that was not easy. That stayed down. I mean, I take it back. Kusal Mendes, my apologies. For my first reaction, I thought it was a mis-stumping, but when it went off the thigh pad, It wasn't easy. It went quickly. It stayed down. Would have been an outstanding stumping if he took it. Just a single. Well, those four-leg buys spoiled the over. Otherwise, it was a good one. 74 for 1.
Zimbabwe going over 6 runs per over, winning the toss, batting first. Bird's eye view of Palaka International Cricket Stadium. So far 5 bowlers been used. One Pradeep, expensive. Usman Chamira coming after a break. Was decently enough, but 4 overs 17, no wickets. Ashwin Sri filling up with 2 overs. Vandase picked up the solitary wicket, and Mahesh Tikshana bowling just the 1 over.
Zimbabwe looking solid at this stage. 74 for 1. They're going at better than a runner ball. It's a good surface. They won the toss. They're batting again. Now, what should Zimbabwe do differently in this game, Maha? Now, they got good runs on the board the last time, 296. I mean, that was a decent score. They would have backed themselves when they had those runs on the board. Tikshana's angle just worked around. You think they need to be a little bit more productive in the last 10 overs as a batting unit? Or was it the bowling?
I thought more of the bowling, Vishan. I thought plenty of, if you take the wagon wheel of the Zimbabwean bowling attack, the first ODI, number of boundaries being scored square of the wicket just goes to show the length was too short. And even the spinners, there was no genuine effort to turn the ball. We saw in the first innings, Jeffrey Vandase did when he get it right. There was some purchase. But when it comes to the Zimbabweans, there was too many part-timers for my liking. They just lacked that genuine spinner who's a wicket taker in the middle overs. That's exactly what you want when you have two balls being used in ODI.
1 run.
I think more than the runs, 280 is a minimum par that you could expect from. But the bowler should hit the right length in this perfectly batting pitch.
Yeah, and interestingly, Craig Irwin also said that he felt that he was 20 runs short as a batting unit because the last 10 overs in that first game, Sri Lanka came back quite strongly. So it's been dot balls so far in the over, 2 dot balls and 2 singles. That's exactly what Sri Lanka needs. They need to pull it back a bit.
I thought Sri Lanka in the latter overs, Nuwan Pradeep and Charmi Karunatha came back really well.
Zimbabwe 76 for 2.
Still, I feel the bowlers could have done much better. Yes, Sri Lanka batted well, but they were fed some easy boundary balls by the Zimbabweans.
Again, the angle. Now, they all given. For a moment, I thought it was going down the leg side. Tikshana went round the wicket. He was very confident. Now, I won't be surprised if Irwin decides to refer it. He's having a word.
once again.
Oh, I wonder that's necessary. That's way outside the all-star. He's made up his mind to reverse sweep that.
What Sri Lanka's got to be keen on. Just a couple dots, create a little bit of pressure and get a false stroke.
Oh, that one spun. That one really spun. And he's gone. Trying to reach to the ball. He's gone off balance and probably that back foot got lifted for a moment. That's good glove work there behind the stumps.
Oh, Van der Say, he's on fire. What a wonderful delivery. Reverse sweep the previous ball. And this time drew him out of his crease. Turned past the outside edge, and that's a massive wicket. What a great delivery. Sharp work behind the stumps as well. Good take. Foot in the air and found wanting. So absolutely brilliant bowling from Van der Say. That's a good innings, but he hasn't gone on. Chakava's gone for 47. Zimbabwe 90 for 2. Time for a drink.
Watch cricket on the go. Your favorite sport. Anytime, anywhere. Watch all the cricket on www.willow.tv on all digital devices for free as part of your TV subscription. Watch all cricket matches on Television Plus digital devices.
That's nicely played, very nicely played.
What a catch! What an outstanding catch!
That is brilliant. That is outstanding. Dropped here, should have been taken.
Yeah. 90 for 2. That's a crucial point in the game. You're losing Chakapa in form. You really would help them to get to a big score, but he's not there because Van der Say has bowled 2 amazing deliveries to get rid of the 2 openers. 2 for 7 in his 3.4 overs, and that ball that got rid of Chakapa, that spun sharply. Sean Williams, the new batter, former captain. Lots of numbers that support him and tell you that he's got all the ingredients that Zimbabwe would like to use today. 32 50s, 500s. Had a big 100 in the first game. He's out there with his captain, Craig Irvine.
This is why he's there. Ripping leg spin. Lots of flick on the onside, and it turned right past him. Lost his balance. Keeper took care of business. So wonderful work.
Runs here, pushes that one for single, and it gets off the mark straight away. That wicket of Chakabwa, the amount of spin there, it was just amazing. That exaggerated turn that caused Chakabwa's wicket, which just completely lost the balance. He was not